so section 2.3 kind of combines all the elements that we've been talking about so far. So if we look at this problem, again, the first thing that we're going to want to do is get rid of any parentheses so we've got all of our terms laid out without them. So the best place to start with this. So this negative here, this minus, actually really applies to this constant out in front. So this whole thing, minus 6, is what we're going to multiply through each term here. So this 5 is going to get left alone now for now. So we've got 5, and then we've got negative 6 times positive 2, which gives us negative 12. And then we've got negative 6 times positive b, which is negative 6b. And then over here on this side, we've got b minus 14. Okay, so, and again, like the problems we've been doing before, we're going to combine any like terms that we can on each side of the equal sign before moving stuff around. So, on this side of the equal sign, we've got two numbers. We've got the 5 and the minus 12, so we can combine those together, and 5 minus 12 gives us negative 7. We've got our minus 6b equals b minus 14. Now on the right-hand side of the equal sign, we can't simplify that any further because these two things are not like terms. One has a variable, one doesn't. So we can't do anything with that on this side. So what I'm now going to start doing is moving terms around. So again, my personal preference is to like to have the variables on the left, numbers on the right. Again, as I keep saying, you could do it the other way around, have the variables on the right, numbers on the left. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to start by moving this b over to this side. So, and again, this is somewhat arbitrary. You could also start by moving this 7 over to this side. It really doesn't matter where you begin, as long as you end up with letters on one side, numbers on the other. That's all that really matters. The order you do them in doesn't. So, since this is a positive b, I'm going to move it to the other side by subtracting b. And again, since I'm subtracting it from that side, I also have to subtract it from this side. So this negative 7 doesn't change. And then we have negative 6b minus another b, which means we have a negative 7b. These cancel, because we've got positive b minus b, which would give us 0. And again, that's what you should get. You should, when you move terms, they should be canceling on one side. If that doesn't happen, that means you need to go and reevaluate what you did. So those have gone away. And now we're just left with negative 14 on this side. So, since I moved the b's over here, I'm now going to take this constant and move it over to this side. And since this is a minus 7, I'm going to do that by adding 7 to both sides. So, these cancel. I'm left with negative 7b. And negative 14 plus 7 is negative 7. Now, to get the b by itself, since this negative 7 is multiplied by b, the way that we cancel it, the way we get rid of it, is we divide this b by that negative 7. Because if we do that, if we look again at just the constants out in front, we've got negative 7 divided by negative 7, which cancels out and becomes 1. And 1b is the same as just b, and that's what we're looking for. So I divide this side by negative 7, which means I also divide this side by negative 7. And therefore b is going to be equal to negative 7 divided by negative 7, which is positive 1, because the negatives cancel. Please let me know if you have questions.